So before I get started on the Scentsy Club, let me just tell you a little bit about why I think the Scentsy Club is so important. Scentsy Club is an amazing way to get reoccurring PRV that you can count on. So reoccurring, consistent PRV that you can count on that helps you hit your goals. So for example, if one of your sales goals is to be active every single month, which you need 200 PRV to do that, and PRV is personal retail volume, then what you would do is your goal would be to get enough Scentsy Club subscriptions so that you are consistently getting $200 in PRV every single month. Okay. So again, if your goal is, you're a leader and you want to make sure you're always getting paid at title, your PRV would need to be $500. So your goal would be to get at least $500 in Scentsy Club subscriptions every single month, so that you are automatically hitting that goal. The really cool thing about it is that, like I said, it's consistent PRV, so you can put it into your plan when you're working towards your goals. So what is a Scentsy Club subscription? A Scentsy Club subscription is a way for consultants, because we get to participate in it too, and customers to have items shipped to them on a regular basis. So that regular basis can be one time a month, bi-monthly, so once every 2 months, or once every 3 months. You get to pick when that shipment is coming to you. So it could even be, it could either be once a month, once every 2 months, or once every 3 months. I have different subscriptions. So I have subscriptions that come, I am going to turn my phone off right now because it keeps going off. I have subscriptions that come, I have one subscription that comes once a month. I have another subscription that comes once every 3 months. So you can kind of play around and you can get different subscriptions coming in at different times. Okay, so I'm going to talk about first what the benefits to a Scentsy Club order are for customers, and of course that applies to us consultants. So I'm going to talk about what the perks are and sort of the logistics on how it works, and then I'll run through my Scentsy Club order and show you kind of how to add things and take things out and things like that. So we'll go over the specifics of the club, how to create your own subscription or help your customers create their own subscription. I'll talk about how it benefits us as consultants, and then I will also talk about how we can market the Scentsy Club. Okay? So to start off, let me give you some perks that you get with the Scentsy Club. So one of the really cool things about the Scentsy Club is that it is for consumable products, okay? Only consumable products. But what's awesome about that is that it will send your customers items that they don't want to run out of, right? So Scentsy bars, laundry, any of the cleaning supplies. It even includes light bulbs. So whenever we talk about working on building relationships with our customers and showing them how these products benefit their lives, this is one of those services that we provide that really benefits their lives. Because who has run out of hand soap? Who has run out of laundry detergent? When you're in the Scentsy Club, then you are getting these things on a regular basis. You don't run out of any of those things, right? So that's really cool, is that it covers consumables. The other thing that's really cool about it is orders $30 and above, okay, so that's not including shipping and tax. $30 and above, they get 10% discount, okay, 10% discount. So it has to be $30 and above. For $60 and above, they continue to get the 10% discount, and they can add on a half-priced item. So a lot of people love to get that monthly whiff box. So what you can do is, if they can get an order up to $60 a month, then they can also get that whiff box for half off. They can add a different consumable for half off, but it does not include any of our licensed products, okay? So we do have licensed consumables, like in our Scentsy bars, so it would not include those licensed products, okay? The other really cool perk is they have access to bricks. So bricks are these very large Scentsy bars. I don't have one handy. I probably should have had one handy so I can show you. They're about this big. And they are 5 times the regular size of a Scentsy bar. So when you are part of Scentsy Club, you will see, and I'll show you when we get to that portion, that when you go through the items that you can add, you'll see that there are bricks in there that customers cannot purchase on our regular personal website. Okay, so that's another really cool perk. So one of the perks is the 10% discount. The other perk is the half off item, the bricks, and then my favorite perk, which is why I personally use Scentsy Club, is the always get my bar. So the always get my bar is the best thing I think Scentsy has ever done. What it is they will continue to make your bars, okay, even if they are discontinued. So as long as you have an item, a bar in your Scentsy Club order, they will continue to make that bar for you and continue to send it to you on your designated time. So if you have the bar coming once a month, it will come once a month. If you have it twice a month, it will come twice a month. And if you have it 3 times a month, it will come 3 times a month. So let me talk a little bit about the specifics in always get my bar, because I get a lot of questions from customers about what is this always get my bar and how does it work. Okay, so the first thing that's really important to know is that we used to have it in Scentsy Club, we no longer have bundle and saves when it comes to bars. I think that was a really smart move on Scentsy's part, because when you had a bundle and save in your club, you couldn't take bars in and out and swap them and things like that. It just got really complicated. So the first thing to know is that there is no bundle and save, okay? So I've had customers ask about that. Why can't they have a bundle and save? Or, why am I not getting the discount? And you can still get the 10% discount, right? If you get up to $30. So let's get you $30 worth of bars, but you don't really want it in a bundle and save because you want to be able to move those bars around. So that's the first thing I want you to know, is that there's no bundle and save. So what is amazing about the always get my bar is that when the bar is available, you put it in your Scentsy Club, and if they discontinue it, you will still get it, but it has to be available. So that's the second point that I want to make. It needs to be an available bar. So if someone comes up to you and says, I really want to add Cinderella Scentsy bar to my Scentsy Club. Well, is it currently available? No. Can I add it? No. I want to add the Villains bar to my Scentsy Club. Is it currently available? Yes. Can I add it to my club? Absolutely. Okay. And yes, you should. You should add it to your club right now. So that's the second point that I want to make, is that the bar needs to be available in order to add it. With limited time offer bars, so bars that are going to be discontinued, okay? These are, sorry, you guys, I'm getting messages and I'm just going to turn it off. So with limited time offer Scentsy bars, like Villains or NFL, NHL, anything that is a limited time item, you can add it to the Scentsy Club and it will continue to be made as long as we hold that license. So let's say in the future we lose our license to Disney, then they will no longer be able to make that bar. But as long as we hold that license, they will continue to make that bar. And when there is a limited time offer bar, they will allow you to add that bar into your Scentsy Club for up to 30 days after the launch date, okay? So as long as that bar is available, or up to 30 days later, whichever is the longest, they will continue to add it. So let's say we release a Christmas bundle bar, okay? And that Christmas bundle bar is available until January. It's still on the back office, still on your personal website, but it's past the 30 days. As long as it's still available, you can still add it. So it's whatever's longest, okay? But let's say we have our Villains pack up right now, the collection box set, and that sells out, within the week. You still have the 30 days to be able to add it to your Scentsy Club, okay? So that's really important to let your customers know. You only have that 30 days, if it's a sellout, you can still add it. But it's really important to let our customers know that. Okay, so that's the third point. The fourth point that I want to make is that the quantity of the bars that you are adding to your Scentsy Club when it's a discontinued item, so this only applies when it's a discontinued item, you can only decrease it. You cannot increase it. So what that means is that if you have 5 stitch bars, okay? If you have 5 stitch bars coming once a month, you can decrease it to 5 bars every 2 months or 3 bars every 1 month. But if you have 1 bar of stitch, which is a discontinued scent, if you have 1 bar coming once every 3 months, you cannot, okay, you cannot increase it to 2 bars every 3 months, 5 bars every 3 months, 1 bar every 1 month. You cannot increase it. You can only decrease it. So what I always tell my customers is, because there is that feature where you cannot increase it, I would start with at the very least once a month and then decrease it if you find that you have a lot of bars, okay? Because let's be honest, so many bars come out. We have so many favorites. You can end up with an overabundance of bars really quick, right? But what you don't want is to not be able to, you know, get as many as you want. So that's the other point that I want to point out. The other thing is that, so the next point is shipping. So you can, oh, actually, let me go back to the other point. With non-discontinued bars, you can move them around as much as you want. If it's an available bar, one of my favorites is Luna. I have it on my Always Make My Bar because I just have it in my shipment. With Luna, I will add 2 bars, take away a bar, add 5 bars. I mean, it just depends on what I need for that month. So when it is an available bar, you can move it all over the place. It's just discontinued bars that you cannot increase in quantity. So with shipments, so with the Scentsy Club, you can skip a shipment, okay? There is no requirement that you need to get that shipment. There is no contract. You can cancel at any time. I tell customers that all the time. Try it out because you're not locked into anything, right? But with Always Get My Bar, you are only allowed to skip 1 shipment in a 12-month period of a discontinued item. So if it is a discontinued Scentsy bar, okay, and you skip the shipment, you can only do that once in a 12-month period. Okay, so that's really important. I will have people skip their shipments and then they're really upset when they can no longer get their bar. So we need to inform our customers that if you're going to skip a shipment, don't skip a shipment that has a discontinued bar in it, okay? Because you only get 1 chance to do that. A side note to that is, if your payment for the Scentsy Club fails, they will attempt 3 times, okay? If that payment fails after the 3rd time, they will cancel your order, your shipment, and that also counts as a skipped shipment. So again, we really need to inform our customers. Please make sure that you're checking your emails, because all of this is going to come in an email to the customer. Hey, your payment method just didn't go through. It just failed. They'll get a second one. Hey, your payment didn't go through. It just failed. So we really need to have our customers kind of keeping tabs on those things, right? Because they don't want to lose their bars. So that's the next thing. The other thing I want to note is that because these are discontinued bars, if you remove the bar from your Scentsy Club, you cannot put it back, right? Because we already talked about, you know, skipping shipments and what have you. If you take it out of your club, you cannot add it back unless we re-release that bar. So I have been in the situation where with Stitch, for example, I did not add him the first time and lost him. And then when they re-released the Stitch Buddy, I was like, I am adding Stitch because that was one of my favorite fragrances. So I add him because he became available again. So again, I would really inform the customers, if this is a bar you've got to have, make sure that when you're skipping, canceling, what have you, that you really know what you're doing, because you cannot add it again. And the Always Get My Bar is only for Scentsy bars. It does not include any of the other consumables. Okay. So I've had people ask, well, what about, when we had Squeeze the Day and it wasn't in our regular catalog? Well, what about Squeeze the Day? What if I want that in a counter clean? Can I add that and it will just always make it? No, it's only bars. That's why we call it Always Get My Bar. Okay. So let me go through those again. With Always Get My Bar, there's no bundle and saves. Okay. But you do get that 10% off. So we want to make sure that we get our customers to that $30 mark so they can get the 10% off. No bundle and saves. You can only add the bar when it's available. Limited time offer bars have an extension of 30 days from the launch date, even if it sells out. Okay, 30 days. The quantity of the bars can be decreased. They cannot be increased. Shipments can be skipped one time with a discontinued bar. They can only be skipped one time in a 12-month period. Payment failures also count in that failure, or in that skip shipment. And if you remove the bar, the discontinued bar, you cannot add it back, okay? So we already talked about what eligible products for your Scentsy Club. We talked about what is an eligible product. It is a consumable, okay? What is not an eligible product? Everything else. So no buddies, no warmers, no any of the non-consumables, okay? So they are not eligible for the Scentsy Club. A couple of other things that I wanted to point out to you. I've had customers ask questions in the past. We occasionally have sales on our products. Typically, a real typical one is with our transition months. When we are transitioning from our fall winter catalog to our spring summer catalog, we will put our fall items that are on their way out, we will put them on discount. Usually it's a 10% discount. So I've had customers ask, well, am I going to get that discount? If that item is in my Scentsy Club, am I going to get that price? Okay, I get that all the time. And the answer is no, you're not going to get that price. What you're going to get is the 10% discount at $30 and above, okay? You cannot overlap discounts. Scentsy Club is in of itself a special promotion. So you cannot double, it's like a double coupon. You cannot double coupon, okay? So if somebody has an item in their Scentsy Club that they can get cheaper, okay, have them take it out of their Scentsy Club and get it on the side and then add it back to the Scentsy Club before, month's end or what have you, okay? Work with your customer. This is where the customer service really comes in. But no, we don't get double coupons, and for a good reason, right? It's already a special promotion. You're already getting some really great deals when you're using it. So no. The other thing too is that customers will get an email I don't know when the time frame is, but they have until 10 days prior to that shipment to change anything in there. Okay, so I forget what the time frame is that they get the email, but I am a Scentsy Club subscriber, so I get that email that says, hey, your shipment on blah, blah, blah is on its way. You have until this date to change the items in there. So I don't know how far into customer service you want to get, but if you want to track everyone's orders and remind them that they can add stuff and change stuff, you can totally do that. But Scentsy will do it for you. Okay. So if a customer contacts you and says, I had no idea. Yes, you did. Is your email current? Because you got one. Okay. So I just want to tell you that part too. Another really cool thing is you can gift the Scentsy Club subscription to somebody else. The way you do that is you create an account for them. because they need their own email address. So you would create an email address for them, okay, or use one of the million that you have. I have like 20 email addresses. So it needs to have its own special email. You create that for them, you attach a payment to it, and then you would be able to you know, go in and change things also. So for me, my daughter is in college, right? So I want to make sure that she is getting her body wash and her hand soap and her laundry detergent and all those things. And I don't really want to think about having to send it to her. I'm going to put it on the Scentsy Club and I'm going to have it sent to her on a regular basis. Okay. And she'll have her own account. So that's really cool, is you can do that. The other really important note that I want to add, and this is kind of moving into consultants, the consultant side of it. Scentsy Clubs cannot be added to a party. So I've also had that before too, is can I add a Scentsy Club to a party? No, you cannot. Okay. And the last thing I want to mention for customers is regular shipping rates apply. Okay. Regular shipping rates apply. So I'm going to go through a couple of the things on consultants, and then I'm going to go through the Scentsy Club subscription and show you guys what it looks like and how to make it work, okay? And then, of course, I hope you guys are jotting notes with questions and answers, because we'll do a Q&A session at the end here. So for consultants, okay, really important to note, you have to have a personal website, a PWS, in order to utilize Scentsy Club subscriptions. A PWS, as you know, is not a requirement of being a consultant, okay? It is an additional service that Scentsy provides for us, is having this personal website. If for any reason you choose not to have a personal website, that's not something you want to use or you don't think you'll use, you don't have to have it. It's not a requirement. But in order to use the Scentsy Club, you need to have a PWS, okay? So that's really important to note. The other thing that's important to know is, although you cannot attach Scentsy Clubs to your parties, you do get PRV. You do get personal retail volume for anything in your Scentsy Club. Okay. So like I said before, this is a great way to have that consistent PRV when you're working towards your monthly goals. This is a great way to get that in there and not have to worry about it. Okay, so it does factor into your PRV. All right, so those are kind of the different things with, you know, the consultant side of it, because again, when we're doing our Scentsy Clubs, we're kind of like our own customer when we're building it. So there's just a few little consultant things that I wanted to point out. So now I'm going to go through a Scentsy Club subscription and show you, first of all, how to set one up, and secondly, what it looks like when you have it set up, okay? So right now I'm already logged into the account that I use for my Scentsy Club subscription. So you'll see that here I have my Scentsy Club stuff already up. I'm going to click here on Scentsy Club. This is on my personal website, so all of your customers will be able to see this. You can watch a little video on how to join. You can look at, you know, these different categories, how it works. The club perks, which is the things that we just went through. Some popular products that people will typically add to their Scentsy Club. Other things that you can add, it has a limited time offers, with box, scent of the month. Scent of the month is another LTO. And then it has the FAQs. The FAQs are all the things that you and I just went through in this training. But if you have any other questions, or you're trying to look for this information, can't remember what I said, then you'll find the information here. You can also find it in your back office. If you just type in the search bar, Scentsy Club, all of the things relating to Scentsy Club will come up. And then you can pick on marketing tools, you can pick on FAQs and other things like that, okay? So the search bar in our workstation is my best friend. I always say, use the search bar. Use the search bar. Okay. All right. So when we want to create a subscription, we'll click here, create a subscription. And as you can see, it's going to put all of the products, consumable products, that I can add into my subscription. Again, these are available products. So for example, if you click on Scentsy oils, a lot of our Scentsy oils are actually sold out right now. So I think it's funny that it allows you to add it into your Scentsy Club. It's kind of cool because they are sold out right now. So I don't know if they have like their own batch of oils somewhere and you can still get it. But as you can see, you can add them all on here. Okay. So you can add all the stuff in here. So let's say we're going to add a lavender essential oil. Okay, we're going to review the subscription. And now we're going to tell it how often we want this to be delivered. I'm going to want this every 3 months. And it says you've earned a half price item. The reason why it's saying that is because, as you can see, this is actually a really cool feature. I'm glad this happened so that I can explain it to you so you can explain it to customers. Because I already have a quarterly subscription, it's going to add it onto my current quarterly subscription. So as you can see, I already have quarterly subscription items in here. When it has this little icon right here, it says, it's a cool feature. It tells you that it's a discontinued item. Okay. So there are all of these things that Scentsy has built in to really tell our customers, like, this is what's going on. Do you see this? This is a discontinued item. So because I already have these items in there, it's going to attach this and tell me that I have a half price item. So I can go ahead and add a half price item. Okay. I'm going to take this out because I actually don't want to add this to my subscription. But that is how you build it, okay? So now I'm going to go into my subscriptions and go back here. We're going to go into manage my subscription. So we're going to go to this section here, manage my subscription. So now we're back to the initial window that you guys have been staring at for the last couple minutes. This is our Scentsy Club subscription dashboard. This is where you get to see all of the things that you have coming in and how much they are and what you're getting and all those kinds of good things. So if you want to change anything, you just hit the down arrow underneath your subscription. All of the items will come up. I am obsessed with Honeymoon Hideaway, and it was a spring-summer scent. I am a spring-summer person. I am not a huge fan of fall and winter. When we move into baked goods and woods and all, I'm just like, I'm a floral person. I love floral, clean, fresh scents. So I was like, you cannot take away my Honeymoon Hideaway. So it's a great way to add in, you know, if you're more of a spring, summer, fall, winter, it's a great way to continue to get the stuff that you want. So I have Honeymoon Hideaway in here. Simply Rose was a bring back my bar scent. I got it a long time ago from a consultant that I had met. I told her that my mom is in love with rose. She said, oh my God, you got to try this scent. She gave it to me. Of course, it was a discontinued scent. My mom was in love with it. I went on this, you know, huge trek, contacting every consultant that I knew in the area and outside of the area, just hoarding these bars for my mom, and had really kind of dried up the pool of people that still had bars in their stock. And then it was available to vote for and bring back my bar. And I contacted every single person I knew and said, vote for this daily. And we made sure that Simply Rose hit it on the Bring Back My Bar so that I could add it to my Scentsy Club so that my mom could have it forever. My mom would literally bathe in the scent if she could. So I have it coming. She gets 2 bars a month, and that's not even enough for her because she just contacted me and said, oh my God, I'm going through those 2 bars. I think I need to go up to 4 bars. I don't know. She literally just has it going 24/7. So that's a great way of connecting with your customer is, what are your favorite scents? You don't want to lose your favorite scents. Let's get them into your Scentsy Club, okay? Let's get them into your Scentsy Club. So that's my fun story of how I got my mom Simply Rose. And this is my monthly. So as you can see, there's some information on here. It's going to tell you what the retail volume is, or retail prices. It's going to tell you what the shipping is. Shipping is standard shipping, okay? $8 or 10%, whichever is more. And then it's going to give you all your shipping details. And then as you can see, you can look at all of your other subscriptions as well, okay? All right, so that is how you create a subscription and how you edit a subscription. So let's talk a little bit about marketing. I've sort of touched up a little bit on each marketing aspect of the Scentsy Club. The biggest marketing tool for me is always Get My Bar. Always Get My Bar is the biggest way that I get Scentsy Club subscribers. And whenever we have an LTO, a limited time offer, come out, I contact all of my customers. It is regular verbiage that they receive on every communication that I send to them. Okay, let me say that again. It is regular verbiage that they receive on every communication that I send. So it is a message that they get constantly, that there's this service that will give you your bar forever, okay, as long as we hold the license. I have to say that side caveat. When you use repetitive verbiage, what you do is you plant that seed, okay, because it's repetitive, they hear it all the time. So whenever I send out communication about something coming out, so for example, I'll use the Disney Villains. When I send out an email saying, hey, Scentsy family, Disney Villains is coming out, really excited, look at these amazing things. Always at the bottom, I say, and don't forget, you can add this to your Scentsy Club and get this forever, okay, as long as we carry it. So reoccurring verbiage, okay, always on LTOs. So there's the limited time offers, there's the transition catalogs, okay, so whenever we are switching into, we're going to have one here in the next couple months, when we switch into our spring and summer, I will contact all of my customers and say, you guys, we're moving out of fall and winter. If you are an apple, a pumpkin, you know, fall scent person, and you need to have these in your house, we're going to add this to your Scentsy Club right now, because for the next 6 months, you're not going to be able to get it. Okay. So I do that. And your favorites. Are you a Luna? Are you obsessed with Luna like I'm obsessed with Luna? If you're obsessed with Luna like I'm obsessed with Luna, why run out? Because you know when you're running through the house looking for a Luna bar, and then you have to wait for Scentsy to send it to you, you know, 5 to 7 business days or 2 weeks, whatever's going on at the time, because you know COVID messes with shipment. You're running around like, oh my God, I'm out of hand soap. Oh my God, I'm out of, you know, body wash. Oh my God, I'm out of, you know, let's not do that. Let's not put you through that. Let's get all of your consumables. So one of the ways in which you market this is, you know, that don't run out, right? So we look at our customers, and there is a way, I'll do another training on how to look at your sales reports and what your customers are purchasing. We'll say that for another training. But if you go into that reporting tab and you look at your sales and you see, and you just type in body wash, you get a whole list of all your customers that purchase body wash. Contact every single one of those customers and say, I see that you use body wash. Let's make sure you don't ever run out. Let's get you in a Scentsy Club. How often do you use your body wash? Do you run out every 3 months? Do you run out every month? Let's just set it up for you. Okay, so that's another way to market it, is by looking at your sales reports, seeing what consumables people are purchasing, and just sign them up. Okay. All right. The other way that we want to market it, so we talked about always get my bar. We talked about don't ever run out. And the last thing that I'm going to say about marketing is the discounts. Everybody loves a discount. Okay, everybody loves a discount. So if we market the Scentsy Club as like, hey, you guys get 10% off of $30. You get a half off item off of $60. Let's get you in a Scentsy Club. And you can start the Scentsy Club once a month. And if you're finding that that doesn't work for you, let's move you to once every 2 months. If once every 2 months is still not working for you, let's move you to once every 3 months. Okay? There's no contract, there's no obligation. You can change it at any time. Let's just get you set up so you can maximize on your discounts and get that half off item. Okay? So that's where you get to really dive into what we do with customer service and building relationships and linkages. All right. So that is everything I've had to say about Scentsy Club.